Hey page turners, welcome back. This is episode number 19 of Longbox Weekly Comic Book Review. This is where I talk about the books I love, hate, buy, and leave on the shelf. Right now, we're in the home of Longbox Weekly Comic Book Review, and that's Comic Explosion right here in Lapeer, Michigan. Right now, we got 40% off back issues and 20% off hardcovers and trades. So swing in, stop in, because I'd love to meet some of you guys and chat with you guys.
Love it or hate it or buy it, baby, maybe leave it on the shelf. Love it or hate it or buy it, baby, maybe leave it on the shelf. Oh, love it or hate it or buy it, baby, come on, leave it on the shelf. Love it or hate it or buy it, baby, leave it on the shelf.
Here we are again, guys, with the most important part of the show. That's supporting independent artists. So if you've got a book that's been printed, you want to get an honest review, send it my way and I'll definitely put it on the show. If you're just an artist and you want to get some of your work out there, got some homework for you. Draw me as a superhero, a supervillain, working in a comic shop, or just something comical working with comics. I trust you guys. You guys have been sending some awesome artwork in, and this week's submission is sent to me by Bradley. This is awesome, man. Thank you very much. You know, you guys have been sending in some stuff that I really feel kind of captures my character, not just my visual persona. So thank you guys very much and keep them coming. First up, we have Superior Carnage Annual #1. Now, I gotta say, with all this Carnage stuff that's been going on lately, I just really feel like this character deserves something really well done, you know, to kind of make up for everything that's been going on. And this annual, it really wasn't that bad. I gotta say that it was much better than a lot of the things that I've been reading that deal with Carnage, but it was kind of the same old, same old. There was nothing in this book that really kind of signified this is an event, you know, a milestone book, or anything that's gonna say, you know, run out and get this book. So I'm gonna have to say that this is one to check out, but this is something that, unless you're a major Carnage fan and you've been kind of looking for something major, something to kind of, you know, stir the pot with all the crap that they've been doing lately, this is probably something you might want to pass on. Next up on the list, we have TUROK Dinosaur Hunter #1. Now, I kind of grew up with this book back when it was on Valiant. I've seen all the video games and everything, and this book just really was a letdown. It wasn't anything that I was hoping for that deals with Turok, and it just didn't give me anything that made me want to pick up issue #2. So this is definitely one I'm going to have to say, leave it on the shelf. Next up, we have Wolverine #1. Now, if you're not familiar with Wolverine or even what's taking place in the Marvel Universe, this is a really good opportunity for you to jump on a new book and get to know Wolverine in a different manner. If you are a fan of Wolverine, this is a good opportunity for them to tell some stories that they really haven't told. In this book, Wolverine has no healing factor, so it's caused him to rely on things like bulletproof armor and even guns at some points. I highly recommend checking this one out, and last weekend we had an artist, Ryan Stegman, in the shop doing some sketches and some signings, and I even got some footage of him doing a sketch cover on one of the blanks. So you guys can check that out at the end of this video, and definitely go out and pick up Wolverine #1. Next up, we have Batman Joker's Daughter one-shot. Now, I gotta say that this was a really good opportunity for them to really flesh this character out. Not only work on her physical appearance, but really give this character a reason to really be around. I kind of felt like this was more of a waste of time than anything. This book, I'm not digging the character Joker's Daughter. I feel like Joker is one of those characters he's been overdone unless they've got something really impactful, something that's really key, or that can really promote the character anymore. I kind of feel like Joker needs to stay dead, and they need to quit using him as just kind of fodder. So I'm going to have to say again, this is a book that you're going to want to leave on the shelf. Next up, we have Batman #28. This is our first glimpse into the Batman Eternal storyline, and I gotta say, from this issue, I don't think I'm going to be sticking around for it. Without Capullo on art, I just really feel like this book is kind of empty and bland, and I think that's probably the only reason why I read it. You know, Snyder, he does a really good job storytelling, but I gotta say that the main reason why I read this Batman book is because of Capullo's art. So without that, and without some sort of, you know, continuity going on with the stuff that we've been reading from the Court of Owls, or, you know, the Death of Joker, or any of that stuff, I don't think I'm going to be sticking around for Batman too much longer. I gotta say that this is probably the first Batman book that I'm going to have to say, just leave it on the shelf. Next up, we have The Walking Dead 121, Chapter 7 in the All-Out War storyline. If you're not reading The Walking Dead, this is definitely not the time to start picking it up. You're going to want to go back and start picking up the earlier trades and get familiar, because this event, it's knockdown, drag out, and it's everything and anything that you want Walking Dead to be. So, those of you that's reading this book, you're going to know that this is an issue where a lot of things happen that foreshadow a lot of really good events that are going to be taking place in the next coming issues. I really recommend checking out Walking Dead, and I highly recommend picking up Walking Dead 121. Next up, we have Superior Spider-Man #27. This issue kicks off the whole Goblin Nation story arc, and I gotta say, man, it's a little bit too late, guys. 27 issues in, and I think you guys could really have kicked out the Green Goblin, this whole Goblin Nation story arc, just a little sooner. You know, with the book ending here in April, call it issue 31. I feel like there's not enough left in this book to really kind of keep me around to pick up the next few issues. So I got to say that this is one you're going to want to leave on the shelf, guys. Next up, we have Spawn 240. The last few issues of Spawn have really been trying to develop the Spawn symbiote's origin and give some plot points that are really going to develop this book in the future. This issue really knocks it out of the park. Cagliostro explains a lot of new things to Jim, and it really kind of ends with this epic, gripping moment that just signifies everything that's going to take place in the upcoming issues. I really recommend checking out Spawn if you guys haven't. This is an issue you don't want to sleep on. Up next, we have Sam Keith's Max number 4. Now, if you're not familiar with Max, I suggest you go to YouTube and Google the Max, check out some of the animated episodes, and if those speak to you, you're really going to like this book. This book, it's been put out again. The pages have been digitally recolored, so the art just pops that much more. I really recommend you checking out the Max if you haven't heard about it, and if it's something you heard about when you were younger, this is the time right now for you to jump back on this book and enjoy it for what it really is. I really highly recommend you checking out the Max. Well, that's it for this week, guys. Thank you guys very much for sticking around. Thank you guys for all the likes, comments, shares, views, all the submissions you guys have been sending in. Thank you very much for all the artwork, the products, everything. You guys have really been helping develop the show, and I say it again, thank you guys very much. I'll see you guys again next week.
Love it or hate it about you, baby, maybe leave it on the shelf. Love it or hate it about you, baby, maybe leave it on the shelf. Love it or hate it about you, baby, come on, leave it on the shelf. Love it or hate it about you, baby, leave it on the shelf. Love it or hate it about you, baby, maybe leave it on the shelf. Love it or hate it about you, baby, maybe leave it on the shelf.